What's up, headliners? Today, after a few months of being away, I have returned to YouTube and the headliners. So the game has had patches, reworks, new enemies, and more that I will be going over in this video. So I'll just try to go over the most important stuff in this video because, again, there was quite a bit of changes while I've been gone. I've literally spent 5 hours playing to understand all the new stuff. Of course, I read the dev announcements and stuff through Steam, but the devs for this game tend to be very vague about some details with the changes, so that's why I make these videos if anyone's curious. But anyway, let's just jump right in. So, we've gotten two new maps, Liberty Island and Brooklyn Bridge. Liberty Island is going to be your more open-ended map where there are few routes you can take, and it's not easy to get cornered. There is only one location for going in on the inside, and I've noticed that's been a recurring thing while playing. Usually your very first run you might get two rooms that you can go through for players, but for the main part of the game, like after that first run, there's usually only one spot on the map that everyone can go into. I assume the devs did this so people aren't splitting up so damn much. And the second is the Brooklyn Bridge map. So this one is more tight. It's mostly a singular street, so you have to play the game a little bit more vertically and patiently, as it is very hard to travel on foot through the streets when there is something big going through, such as a tripod. Kind of had to learn that the hard way for myself. Overall, both maps are very refreshing because it adds, different ways to play, and it's just fun to see newer stuff and not playing on the same old. Not that there's anything wrong with the base maps, but I just mean that overall. And as for the enemies, we have gotten 3 new ones that I've encountered so far. So we have the tripod, which is the newest larger enemy since the Batagon. We've got Bigfoot, which is pretty much like a downscaled Hulk jumping around the map. He is very tanky, loves to grab you, jump to relocate you randomly on the map, and then smashes you down. Luckily is not an insta-kill. Then we have the Necromancer, which is a new common enemy you'll find outside. All these are outside enemies, forgot to say that about the other two. But yeah, the Necromancer is another bigger enemy, a bit faster than the Parasite, but it is not the main attacker. It does do a smash attack, but it's very mild. Like, yeah, you could die from debris, but you'd have to be pretty much hip to car for that to affect you, as its main attack is sending in 3 smaller skeletons after you. They don't do a ton of damage, but if they encircle you, yeah, you're kind of done for. They do die after a short amount of time though, so you can escape them. They can also trip the manhole cover, but it only affects one of them, not all of them. So just a little tip there when dealing with them. And as for the store, has changed quite a bit, so we are no longer using the computer in the game to buy stuff. It is now a store that you physically walk into. Its inventory is changing after each run, which is good and bad. There's always 4 new cameras that you can purchase, and then if you guys need more of the basic cameras, you can just grab that for free. There are always 4 armor choices, which again is randomized, so you could get 4 helmets or 4 pairs of boots with all their stats changing, and the stats and stuff applying to the cameras as well. There are always going to be enough medkits per player, so whether you're playing with 4 people, or I think it goes up to 8, I could be wrong. Then as for the equipment, we've gotten more items you can buy from the store. So the mine is purchasable. There is a disarming kit you can get with it, which allows you to disarm them on the inside and then pick up those mines. So it is worth a grab, but it is expensive, so you do not want that player to die, and on top of that, losing that equipment for everyone else. There is the firework, which is amazing because you just light it up, you let it go. It does kill off the smaller enemies. For the bigger ones, it does harm them, and it does have them fly up and explode with the firework, which allows you to get away from stuff like Bigfoot or the parasite. So super useful. I don't think it does much with the larger enemies. I tried using it on the Batagon and I missed. I don't think it's going to cause them to go flying, but I was just seeing if it actually did damage, although there isn't really a way for me to tell, so I'm just going to say I don't know. You can still purchase the bear traps, backpacks, flashlights. There are also the walkie-talkies still, but all of that is randomized. Oh, and a trampoline. I have not tried out the trampoline, just kind of seems silly, so I haven't wasted money on that. I will eventually try that out to see if it is worth it gameplay mechanic wise. I mean, it might be, so I'll get back to y'all in a later video on that. But yeah, so essentially the randomization makes it to where if you see something really good and you have the money for it, it kind of makes you want to pick it up more. Also through the store, you can buy press passes because they do not regen after each run. And since I'm starting to talk about the changes for gameplay mechanics, I'll go over that quickly. So each run, you have to, on that attempt, make the quota in order to get to the next quota to make it. Now, the good thing is, though, after each run, after each run, you're immediately paid in the full amount that those photos are worth. So if you go over the quota, you will be getting the extra cash with it. And for duplicates, I didn't know this is how the game normally handled duplicates, so when you guys look at older gameplay and you see me just constantly flashing the photos, that's not actually how you're supposed to play. But the way the duplicates work is if you essentially take the same type of photo over and over, it's just going to calculate which photo got the most points, and you get paid for the photo that's worth the more points. So let's say I took a picture of the Bigfoot and that one was worth 300 points, but I took another one and it was a close-up selfie thing, so I got more points for it, and it was 450. I'm only going to get paid the 450 amount, not the 300. So it does waste a photo for your camera, and that's just money that's thrown down the toilet. So you do have to take very different photos, and the game does give you a bonus for taking photos of each type of alien. So your points essentially get multiplied as you go through. So it makes it worth taking photos of everything now. But again, you get paid more for the action and the apocalyptic multipliers, so that is what you gotta shoot for the later runs still. It doesn't mean you can just take normal photos of everything and then just make quota. Oh, I totally forgot to mention the new NPCs. So we have a cowboy indoors that essentially goes monster hunting and is pretty cool because he can take down just about anything, but of course he can die as well. So you'll get more points catching him, attacking an alien, and if you get a photo of him killing off an alien, it's more points, or if he dies during the encounter, it's more points again. There is a rare NPC I came across, and I am pissed that I didn't get it on a recording session, so this is my bad, but I am not making this up. It is a superhero. He just comes on and he wants you to take a photo of him. Again, catching him in the action gives you quite a bit of points, and he actually throws more personality in the game. He's pretty freaking funny. There are drunks that you can come across, and they will throw bottles at aliens and at you. And there are guys who run around with the world will end signs, and they will try to run at you and smack you. They don't do a lot of damage. The bottle thrower, I didn't test to see how much damage he does either, but I assume it's going to be more than the guys hitting you with the sign because it's broken glass, but I don't know. So, because I was doing a run where I was trying to actually get points and whatnot, so that's why I didn't just try to tank a hit. And there is the tank that can spawn in from the military side. Of course, if you can get that thing killing an alien, more points. If it gets destroyed, then more points. Just a heads up though, the main blast of the tank hardly hits its target. So just like the Rocket Man for the trio squad of military that comes in, watch where it is going. I haven't died from it. It seems to be worse at aiming than the dude with the rocket launcher, but you know, I don't know where the special forces are coming from for this game. They're just bad. The main gunner, at the very least, you know, hits his targets, but he's using a machine gun, so it's not as powerful, but he does kill off aliens nonetheless. And that pretty much covers everything. Oh, there is a better hub for playing, so it tells you right at the bottom left hand corner how much money all your photos are worth together, and if you're making the quota, and it tells you if you are making duplicates. So it does kind of teach you in a way that you basically get to learn the hard way, like I did, how duplicate photos are being handled. Your health also doesn't regen after each run, and if you do die during a run, when you respawn afterwards, you're only coming in with half health. And besides medkits getting you back to 100 points of health, when you buy armor from the store, it does add on to your health. So whenever you get incoming damage, it's going to take from the armor first and then your health. You can also find loot while playing, which is amazing. So you can have a higher chance of finding medkits, for example, in an ambulance. The news vans, it's kind of random, so you could get like a pro flashlight. That's normally how I get them. I don't hardly ever use the store for it. You can get backpacks and whatnot from corpses inside, so it does actually reward you for taking those dangerous risks and stuff. You can also find armor. I haven't found anything such as like bear traps, so I think it's just the equipment that you get, but the equipment that, you know, you actually hold and kind of helps you survive versus actually trapping or having a way to defend yourself. I'm still playing through the game and I'm still learning stuff every single session, so that's what the part 2 from all the patches and stuff I will tell you all about. That is all I have for you all this video. If you made it to the end, I sincerely appreciate it, as watch time does help smaller channels out a lot, just as much as hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and so forth. I am currently trying to make a bunch of videos at the same time just so that I always have stuff to upload. There's also been stuff going on in my life, such as changing jobs, moving across the dang country, so that is kind of why I've been on this hiatus. I also did kind of get burnt out from playing the headliners, but I will be doing other videos as well. So if you are interested in any of that, please consider subscribing. It is free. Unless you don't want me popping up on your feed, then that is a-okay. Does not hurt my feelings. I am also going to be doing more with my social medias, so you can find the link either on my homepage for my YouTube channel, so Instagram and TikTok. That is all I plan on using at the moment. I might do others, but I'm not too interested in it, so I don't know. Time will tell, and I will let you all know through videos. I will also start posting the links in the description too, so multiple ways you can follow on there. The only difference is just the shorter form content. Might just upload funny clips. I also try making use of YouTube Shorts as well, but its resolution is not the same resolution as my recording or uploading for YouTube videos, so kind of a pain. So I don't know, I will give it a try because it is trying to bank off of TikTok and how Instagram is also borrowing TikTok's video feature. So I don't know, hopefully y'all learned something through this video. do share it with people who are not up to date so that they can come on in and be a better team player. And if I missed anything, please leave it in the comments as well to help out newer players, because again, there's so many changes and I'm sure I haven't found everything yet, so it will also help me out too. So I'll say thank you for everyone who does leave a comment, regardless if it is a tip or if it's just a critique on the video. So I welcome it all. And this is an Honest Gamer signing out, and I will see y'all next video. Peace.